If you want to laugh and have some fun, this is the podcast. This is the one. Lights, camera, action on your marker, set, go. Welcome everyone to the Suezie Show. Welcome everyone to the Suezie Show.
Oh, welcome to the Suezie Show. Thought I'd open up with that. It's a fart gun, and I love this thing. I just really, look. Come on. Tell me that's not awesome. Hopefully you enjoy that. And if not, I'm going to touch on a bunch of different things today. Not a bunch, I shouldn't say a bunch. It's just a few different topics. And the first one, I'm going to dive right into it. Animals that I've had strange encounters with. If you've had any strange encounters with animals of any sort, sorry, that's my chair. Just kind of fixing myself. Yeah, if you ever had any, and I'm not just talking about a dog or a cat, I'm talking about some crazy shit. Fucking mountain lion chased you down or say, something crazy. Not that happened to your cousin or your friend's friend, something that actually happened to you or you were literally there when the shit went down. Let me know about it. I want you to get to know me. You're going to get to know me through my stories, but I want to get to know you too. I want to know the people that are listening to my stories and that actually keep listening while I yap away. But some of the animals that I, myself personally, have had encounters with, other than a normal cat and dog, bird. I have a bird, I had a goose one time. Friends of mine were fishing. I was out in Tennessee, and friends of mine were fishing. And I went to go take a walk around the water because it was just absolutely gorgeous. It was just picturesque. It was beautiful. And I went to go take a walk around the water, and I'm a good quarter mile away. Like I'm far distance away from them. And all of a sudden I hear hissing, and I look over, and it's a goose with its wings walking towards me, with its wings wide open, waddling at me, hissing, with its neck all like going wobbly and shit, like, yo, bitch, you want some of this? I was like, no, I don't want none of that. And I started backing up, and I'm calling to my friends, and they just start pointing and laughing at me, because even if they wanted to help, they literally were like kind of too far to be running up by the time they got to me. I would already have my ass kicked by these geese, which I did. Because I started backing up, and all of a sudden another goose flies over my head and does a flyby. Right? And I mean like friggin' 8 inches over my head, does a flyby over my head. Meanwhile, this other one's still hissing at me, walking at me. And the other one landed behind me. They were doing like some dinosaur shit where one got you looking this way and the other one comes from the side and gets you. Yeah, some Jurassic Park shit was going on with some geese in Tennessee with me. And the one behind me fucking starts walking towards me like, yo, I got you. I got your 6, It's like they were talking to each other. I got your 6G. I'm like, oh, hell no. And I start backing up between them, away from them. And they're both hissing, coming at me. Like, really, they're pissed, right? And I'm all by myself. So I reach down, and just so you know real quick, I wouldn't hurt a friggin' fly. Like, literally, I will catch a fly and let it out. I am that person. Okay, just so you know this, before I tell you all these encounters with these animals, all right? I am that person that will stop a car and save an animal big time. I've done it, okay? So anyway, these geese are coming to get me, for real. I don't know, they're just really angry and hissing and wings wide open, and they're big. I don't know how many people have seen a goose close up, but their wingspan, they are big, they're not animals, they're birds. They're huge though, okay? So I reach down and I pick up 2 rocks, and let me tell you, I wish I filmed this because I will never forget this. This goose, when I picked that rock up, they both stopped walking, and the first one that was first coming at me from the ground watched me, like his neck tilted down, watched me pick up the rocks, watched me bring them up to myself and stand back up, and then just started swaying his neck like back and forth, like, oh, Oh, I wish you would. I wish you would. And you know what I did with those rocks? Okay, I started clanking the rocks together, going, hoo, clanking the rocks together like an idiot. And when I started doing that, they both ran at me. And my friends at this point, no help. No help at all. None, zero. You want to talk about leaving a man behind? They were rolling on the ground, literally laughing so hard. One person peed herself a little. Okay, we had to leave because she had to change her clothes. All right? No, don't help me. Don't help Suezie. Fuck her. Watch the geese fucking tear her apart. Look, that one just dive bombed her head. Oh, she picked something up. She's clanking it together. And I'm going, hoo. That's not going to scare. These geese want to rip my fucking jugular out. Come to find out, there was a nest that I was about 2 feet away from that I didn't know was there. And they were just protecting their baby. Okay? But that was with geese. All right? So I know don't fuck with geese and don't even, watch out for their nests big time. Okay? Oh, one time I was in Georgia. This one's about water moccasins. Okay? There's a place in Georgia that if you don't know where it is, you won't know where it is. You have to have a 4-wheel drive to get to this place. Picture middle of the woods, and I mean thick Georgia woods, okay, going down a bumpy dirt road. And when I say bumpy, I mean trenches in it that's 3 feet deep and shit like that because, the water and the erosion and the other trucks that tear up into it and everything. And you drive for 15 minutes down this dirt road and it opens up. And when it opens up, there's this little beach and there's a lake that is in a circle. It's just obviously it's a circular lake, but dead smack in the middle is this little island that's probably about 40, 50 feet round, right? It's not that big. So we would go there, and some people, sometimes they would bring jet skis, and there would be big parties with, kegs and pig roasts, and I mean, all day and all night. And I mean, all day and all night. We would stay there till the sun rose, and nobody even slept. Seriously. I mean, it was awesome. And one time I was out there with a group of my friends, and there were the jet skis, and there was going to be a pig roast this time, and it was the middle of the summer, and everybody was there. And this one person had a jet ski that, as far as he told me, it was supposed to be like this racing jet ski. And so the seat was super narrow, up the crack of your ass narrow seat, right? It wasn't like a normal size jet ski seat, right? Take a quick drink. And so he let me take his jet ski for a quick ride on the lake. So I start riding around like a maniac because I got issues with friggin' driving too fast and biting off more than I could chew. And so, I took off like a bat out of hell with this jet ski and had the time of my life. And of course, what's going to happen? I ate shit. I fell off of it, and I didn't just fall off of it. I bounced off the water like a rock skipping off the top of the ocean, okay? When I say I ate shit, I ate shit. Okay, and I was so tired. I ate shit definitely twice good. And then I want to say the third or fourth time. It could have been the fourth time. I'll give myself credit. I'll say the fourth time. It might have been the third, but we'll say the fourth time that I ate shit, my arms were so tired. I was exhausted. I couldn't pull myself back up on that jet ski because when you're by yourself and it's just you and the jet ski, you have to climb back up on it. And it's not an easy task, especially when your arms are like noodles, right? You're exhausted. It's real hard. And I couldn't do it. So somebody else came out on a different jet ski, and I told them, you know what? You just take the jet ski, and I'm going to swim out here. Because, this is our lake. This is where we go swimming and stuff like that. I wind up swimming near the island. And I was like, I've never actually been on it. I swam around it. We've swam to it and back. I've never been on it. So I start grabbing these roots. There was no beach. It was really strange because there was no beach to the center of this thing. It was just straight drop down. You're in the water, no bottom, and you have to grab onto roots to pull yourself up to get onto the ground at all. There's just like straight ledge, and that's it. So I started pulling myself up, and all of a sudden, one of my friends starts screaming, "Sue's behind you, behind you." And I look behind me thinking that one of my friends is, going to try to scare me, or I don't know what's, something stupid, right? And I turn around. There's like, I'd say he was probably about 9 foot, 10 foot long water moccasin coming at me in the water. Now, I'm by myself out there. Everybody else is on jet skis. They can't hear shit. They're doing their own thing. They don't know what's going on. The only reason my girl saw it is because she was swimming halfway between the island and the beach, and she saw it coming at me. And I turn around and I see this thing, and let me tell you, I got in the water so calm and so slow, not making a splash. And I just started slowly. I floated on my back, and I just slowly kept swimming with both I didn't kick my feet. I did not kick my feet. I just slowly kept moving my arms like you would float, just like you would float, but I kept my eye on him the whole time. That thing followed me 3/4 of the way back to the beach. Okay, that was insane. And I did not know at the time that I guess water moccasins are poisonous. I didn't know that, and I'm glad I did not know that when that happened. Oh, one time I was in St. Augustine, Florida, and they have a gator, an alligator. I want to say it's called the Alligator Farm, maybe, but it's right in St. Augustine, and part of admission that is included with your ticket is, how when you go to theme parks, they'll have a map of the place, and it'll show you what times different shows are and things like that. Well, this place had a map and times of different shows, and they had a show that they bring out a live baby alligator, among other things. I don't remember the other ones because of what happened with the baby alligator. But, and they talk about them, and you could touch their head, and, it's pretty cool. I was like, oh, and I was with my sister and my nephews, and we went to go see the show, and we're sitting there, and the guy that has the baby alligator calls me up, and the stage is like 1.5 feet high on wood. It's very outback and rugged looking. It's pretty cool. It's not like this big theater stage. I mean, we're outside with like a, what's that called? A pavilion type thing with, wooden benches that you're sitting on. It's very outbacky. It's very cool. But we're sitting there, and the guy picks me to come up on stage, and I'm like, okay, cool. I go up there, and he hands me tape, and he says, okay, tape this alligator's mouth shut. Now, I know the guy just said it doesn't take much pressure to be able to close their mouth and all this other stuff that he said, right? And it's a baby. It's not that big. The man's got it. He's a professional. He looks like Crocodile Dundee, so I should be safe, right? That's not a knife. That's a knife. I was still nervous, and my hands were super sweaty. And so I get up on stage. He hands me the tape. I start wrapping the tape, and he told me to wrap it 3 times around the alligator's mouth. So I went 1, and my hands were shaking. Just having my hands that close to an alligator. I don't care it's a baby. That thing could still take off a few fingers easily. Seriously. No doubt. With no problems. And guess what? I don't know this man that's holding this baby fucking alligator. All right? I don't know this fucking guy. All right? I just met him 2 seconds ago. For all I know, he's got a drinking problem in the parking lot and just did a kilo of crack or whatever. I don't know what the thing is for that, but you know what I'm trying to say. I just met this motherfucker. I do not know this man, and I'm supposed to trust that he's not going to think it's funny to play some silly joke on me or something, and it goes astray. Yeah, no, I'm good. He don't know the kind of encounters I've had with different animals. I'm not playing this man's game, right? So my hands are super fucking clammy. They're sweaty and clammy. I start wrapping the alligator's mouth, and now I can't feel which side of the tape is sticky because my hands are too clammy to even feel. And plus, we're in Florida, middle of summer, already hot out, and my nerves were shot because I'm standing next to some guy that got a weird looking smile just like Crocodile Dundee holding an alligator saying, here, tape its mouth with some scotch tape, by the way. It was scotch tape. And so I'm super nervous. And not because I'm on stage. I could care less about that. This is an alligator and this man. All right, just point blank. Right? You would think, oh, I could trust him. He's dressed like this and he works at this place. Listen, I don't know him. He might be a disgruntled employee that's about to do some shit up in here, and I'm the first victim. Hooray for me. No, thank you, sir. Not today, Satan. Right? So anyway, I couldn't feel which side of the tape was fucking sticky. So what do? What do? I put my face, you know how you could tear tape with your teeth? Yeah, that's what I did. I put my face pretty much cheek to cheek. Kid you not. Pretty much cheek to cheek with the fucking baby alligator so I could tear the tape with my teeth because I couldn't feel which side was sticky. So I put my mouth up to the alligator and I tear the tape and we're good to go. Now the guy goes to hand him to me, and he thinks he's funny. Just like I said, I don't know this motherfucker. He might be doing some shady shit in the background. He might have stole some ostriches. We don't know this man. We don't know this man. You know what I mean? I'm trusting him with a baby alligator right next to my face, talking about tape his mouth shut and let's have fun. Listen, give me some Legos in the corner. I'm fine. I don't need to play with baby alligators to have some fun. Anyway, this motherfucker, after I taped the alligator's mouth shut, what does he do? He takes my sister got it on video on the tapes that I'm saying that I got to turn into DVD and put it on friggin' digital and all that shit because I don't want to lose this footage. My sister videotaped the whole thing. Though everything I'm saying is on video, okay? And someday I hope to be able to show this shit to you. Show you exactly everything I'm saying, word for word. And then the guy takes the alligator after the mouth is taped shut, and he could see my hands were shaking. You can't miss it. You could see it in the video that my hands were shaking. And he takes the alligator's face and goes, boo, right in my face with the alligator's mouth. And he was handing him to me while he did the boo, because it was like, oh, you taped his mouth shut. Now you could hold him and I could talk a little bit. Yeah. He fucking went to go hand me the alligator. And while he was handing me the alligator, he went boo with the alligator. And anyone who knows me knows for real, I'm super easy to scare. Like I really am easy to scare. Okay. And this guy went boo with an alligator after I just did this shit. My nerves were like, I was frazzled to death. So I fell because I did not see. When he went boo, I fell backwards with an alligator kind of being handed / dropped on me, because behind me was like this crate, like a wooden crate that was part of the set. You know, a little, make it look authentic, put a little wooden crate here. So I don't know what the fuck a crate is doing there, but I swear to you, it was like somebody put it perfectly behind my legs that if I even stepped back, I would have fell backwards. Yeah, so there I am on my ass with an alligator laying on top of me, like squirming around, clawing me. And this guy's trying to get to me, and he kicks the other crate and hits me in my fucking head and pisses the alligator off. Okay, the alligator took a slight piss on me. Now I get alligator piss on me, claw marks, and I'm still on the fucking ground in front of a few hundred people. So yeah, that was with the baby alligator in St. Augustine. Oh, I did have an alligator at my front door. So I'm in my house, and I had been there for years, probably 7 years at this point or something. And I knew my neighbors. They were really good people. And I had borrowed a canoe from a friend of mine, and I had seen one of my neighbor the day before, and she had said something about the canoe. She might want to borrow it. I was like, sure, just let me know. No problem. Of course. And the next day, I get a knock on my screened-in porch. Now, I have a front door to my house, okay? My screened-in porch was a place that it overlooked the water. It was private. And a lot of the times I would sit out there in a t-shirt and underwear and talk on the phone or something like that. It was like I had privacy. Nobody could see me. I was outside but still in my home. And I didn't like the idea. Why did she's lived next to me for years. And I had one of my friends over. And I heard the knocking on the sliding glass door. I was like, are you kidding me? And my attitude was, whoa, why is she knocking on the back door? You know, what, she could just go to the front door if she wants to borrow the canoe. I'm not doing that because, you know, we're not going to make it a habit of knocking on the back door. I want to feel like I could be comfortable back there in my own privacy. Meh, 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 meh. And she keeps knocking and keeps knocking. And my girl comes out and she's like, my girl meaning my friend, not my girlfriend. Okay, not that there's anything wrong with that. Just so when I say my girl, I mean like home girl. Just so you know, not that there's anything wrong with it. I'm just making myself clear. But she comes out and she's like, "What the hell's going on?" And I did my little, if she wants to borrow the thing, my God, she can go to the front door. I don't want to feel like she's going to start coming to the back door. I can't be in my own house and have privacy. Me, me, me. She keeps knocking. Finally answered the back door, and I'm like, "What's going on?" And she says, "Don't open your front door. Don't even open it." I said, "Why?" She said, "There's an alligator at your front door." I looked at her, pointed in her face. I said, "Say promise." She said, "I promise." I said, "Oh my God." And I slammed the door in her face. I apologized for slamming the door in her face later, and she just laughed in my face. She was like, "It's fine." But I said, "Oh my God." And I slammed the door. I went up to my girl. I'm like, "Yo, do me a favor." I said, "Get Brandy," who was my dog. I said, "Get Brandy and put her in the room and get my camera." And my friend knows me. She was like, "No, nope, what? Tell me what?" I was like, "Don't worry, just put Brandy in the room and get my camera." And she starts yelling, "No, what? I know you, what?" I'm like, "There's an alligator at the front door." And at this point, I'm getting Brandy and putting her in the room and closing the door. And I get my camera, and I have this on camera too. And I open the front door. This thing was legit, and I have pictures and video of this. It was at my front door. Like, if she didn't knock on my front door like that, I may have went and took Brandy for a walk, and that thing would have got my leg or Brandy's leg. And honestly, I'd have rather had it got mine because I got more meat to my leg than a dog's leg. You know what I'm saying? But she saved my ass. She could have saved my life for all I know. You don't know. You don't know. That thing gets the right artery, you're done. Doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be able to eat you. You just have to be able to rip something or bite you the right way, and you're donezo. Bye. Call it a day. Kick rocks. Peace out, Cub Scout. You're pushing up daisies, baby. But yeah, so I open the door, and there's an alligator, like, looking like he's coming to visit. And I got it on camera right when I opened the door, and I said, "Oh, boy." And it started hissing, like hissing. And I just closed the door real slow. I was like, okay. And there was drool coming out of the alligator's mouth that was hitting the concrete at the front door. And I didn't know this until this happened, but I guess alligators have some kind of acid in their saliva that helps break down meat when they eat stuff. And so because of that, the saliva, the spit, the drool that was coming off the alligator's mouth stained my concrete. It like ate away. I like for years after that, I forever had a stain from the alligator's saliva at the front door. No joke. But after I closed the door, I couldn't resist because, I mean, I don't know, man. How many times you going to have an alligator at your front door? So I took the camera and, oh no, I made my girl, I was like, here, I made her record it, and I went outside and it was in a corner, and I started talking with a really bad Australian accent, kind of like Crocodile Hunter, but it was just such a bad accent. And I was like, "Oh, she's a naughty girl. She's a naughty, naughty girl." And it walked around the side of my house, and I followed it, which was pretty stupid because that thing could have easily outrun me and got me if it wanted to. Now that I look back at some of this stuff, I'm like, what the hell was I thinking? But I followed it, and again, all this is on video. I'm going to have to put this on I'm going to have to get this stuff out, the videos, just because it's so insane. But I said to it, "I told you the party's next week." And right when I said that to the alligator, it stopped walking, turned around, looked at me, and opened his mouth and tilted his head up like, "I'll see you later." And we got it on film. I was like, oh my God, dude. But yeah. You know, I've had quite a few different experiences. I've surfed with dolphin. I'm a surfer. I mean, they are incredible surfers. Like, they're so much fun. They're just always so happy. And if you go under the water and you just hold your breath, you don't let bubbles out of your nose. You know how you can plug your nose. Don't even blow air out of your nose. Just plug your nose and hold your breath under the water. You can hear them talking to each other. And if they're close enough, you can feel their sound wave shoot right through you. Legit. Like, you know how somebody has a really loud speaker and you can feel it go boom, boom, you feel it through your whole body? It's like that in the water too. Like, oh yeah, I'll tell you this one. I wasn't even planning on talking about this. This is a good one. One time out in Ormond Beach. Was it Ormond? Yeah, it was Ormond. No, it wasn't. I'm sorry. It was South Daytona. Not that it matters. It matters where it was. But it was South Daytona. There's a restaurant in Florida. There's a lot of bridges that have that will bring you to, you know, what we call beachside, right? There's, you know, the mainland, which is everything else, and then there's a bridge you pretty much have to cross to get over to the beachside. And there's a restaurant right underneath that bridge when you get to beachside. There's plenty of them, but I was at one of them, and it's an awesome view. You know, you got the water right behind you. It's kind of like a seafood place, French fry, coleslaw, sit outside, get a pitcher of beer, gorgeous view. You know, it's just absolutely beautiful. And I went out there with a couple friends, but I walked out to the little pier because, of course, I'm going to go straight to the water. That's just who I am. I'm always going to go to the water. But I walked out on the pier and I saw a dolphin. And I was like, oh my God, like there's nobody out here. There's no other surfers, obviously, because this isn't the ocean. It was the inlet between, you know, you could see the bridge above your head. The beach is kind of behind you, you know, and there's nobody out here. I was like, you know what? I'm going swimming with the dolphin right now. It's like just a plain wooden pier, no railings, just like a wooden dock that you just walk on a plank, okay? And right underneath the plank, it was this rope that kind of looked like Christmas tinsel that goes up and down, like you would go whoop, whoop, whoop with Christmas tinsel. It did that with rope underneath the planks of wood. And in my head, I said, you know what? I could put my feet on this rope right here and gently lower and sit down like a swing on this rope and gently lower myself down to the water. Boom, boom, baby, I'm in. I'm going to be swimming with dolphin. That's what's up today. Oh, plans have changed. I'm going swimming. Took my dress off, kicked my shoes off. Right? I had my bathing suit on underneath, just so, not that it would have mattered. I'd have went anyway, but I did have my bathing suit on underneath. And I put one, I'm holding myself up. I'm sitting on the very edge now, and I put one foot on the rope, and I got a good grip with my foot and my toe. It's a good size rope. I'm like, this is going to work. Just start lowering my other leg down on that rope, get that other foot on the rope, and as soon as I tried to kind of lower myself down, I mean, that rope swung out from under my feet, and I face planted so hard in that water. Oh my God. I ate shit hard, okay? Like, it was one of those, if you saw it and you go, ooh, it was that. I mean, that rope swung right out from under my feet. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. But, although I did pay the price for it, I was in the water now. And I wound up, there was a baby dolphin. And as soon as I fell in and came out, the dolphin was like, they were swimming under my feet. I could feel there fast. You could feel the water just go whoosh right under your feet when they pass you. It's amazing. And the baby dolphin stuck his head out like the little asshole that he was, okay? Right after I fell, I mean, I ate it, all right? My ribs got scratched. I was like scratched from hitting the water so hard. I don't know how that happens, but I looked like I had road rash on my stomach from that. Like, I ate shit. And when I come up going, about 30 seconds later, this fucking baby dolphin comes up probably about 4 feet away from me, sticks his face out of the water, and opens his mouth and just starts making this ha-ha noise. Like, he really, like, in my face, ha-ha, ha-ha. I said, yeah, is that funny to you? And I, hand to God, I said, is that funny to you? And he shook his head, yeah, little asshole. And then he just kept swimming around me and swimming around me. And at first, I was kind of mad at that dolphin. I was like, let him come near me. Right now, step to me, bro, right now, because I had it. I'm hurting, and you think it's funny? But honestly, I love dolphin. I think they're the most beautiful creatures. But I did say, you think that's funny? And he shook his damn little head, yeah. And with a big, you know how they always look like they're smiling? He had a big smile on his little face. And he was like, yeah, that was funny. But in all honesty, I have actually seen dolphin protect people from shark because I used to surf at New Smyrna Beach in Florida. And if you actually Google the words shark bite capital of the world, New Smyrna Beach, Florida will come up on your search. You would think maybe Australia, or California or something like that. No, New Smyrna Beach, Florida, the inlet, the exact place that I learned to surf, and I surfed for over a decade, actually, yeah, well over a decade. That was my break. But I have been attacked by sharks out there. Yeah, sure have had to go to hospital. I didn't get bit. I should be clear. Thank you, God. I was not bit, but I was on my board, and I didn't even see it coming at all. Like, no fin. The shark movies, you see him coming, and then you see the fin disappear under you, and it's like, where is he? Where is he? Yeah, no, you know what? I was just chilling out my board, out past the break, a little past the lineup, just enjoying the beautiful day, relaxing. I just took a nice wave. I just paddled back out. I was just chilling out for a little bit, laying on my board, nice, and out of nowhere, okay, this thing came straight up from the bottom of the ocean. There was no fin, there was no warning. It just, bam, straight up. Okay, and it cracked my board. I still have the board to this day. It's my 7.6. In my fun shape. I love that thing. It was perfect for Florida because Florida gets such small, crappy waves. If you could surf Florida waves, you could surf anywhere. That's why Kelly Slater is like the GOAT of surfing. Okay, seriously. And he is from Cocoa Beach, Satellite Beach. He's from right over there. All right. And the only time, honestly, as a surfer that I would go to Cocoa, well, no, I've gone to Cocoa a bunch of other times for other reasons, but to actually really surf is because it's too washed out in Smyrna. That's the only time. Patrick Air Force Base, that's a good place to surf too. But again, if you could surf in Florida, my God, California people are so spoiled. It's ridiculous. Like, oh my God. That's why. If you have to scavenge for what you got, when you get handed something incredible, you're really going to do something with it, or you should. But yeah, that shark came out of nowhere. Oh yeah, I'm going to tell you one more. I was at Cocoa Beach Pier, and I brought my longboard. I have 3 surfboards, and I brought my longboard that day just to kind of paddle out and just get wet and have a good time, So I went to Cocoa Beach, and no one. Cocoa Beach has a lot of tourists. All right? Not in the winter. It's pretty dead in the winter, but Cocoa Beach has a lot of tourism. And I went there, and there was no one in the water. Middle of summer, no one in the water. And I mean not one person, not a child, no one. And I walked up to some of my friends that I know that surf over there all the time. You get to know people that surf. It's kind of like a family of sort. It really is. And it's an awesome one. But I asked my friends, I was like, what the hell's going on? Why is nobody in the water? And they said because there's a giant school of man-o-war. Is that how you say it? Manta rays? The ones that look like angels when they swim. They're flat, and they look like their fins go wee like that. And they're the things, unfortunately, that did kill what's his name, the crocodile hunter. They're the same things, but I didn't know they were the same things. And when I was told that those things that were flat, that do look like they're flying, that there's a whole shitload of them out there, I looked at my friend. I was like, then why is anybody in there? Like, people would pay for that. You could do this for free in the ocean right now. And they were all like, no, what are you, crazy? And I just put my board under the pier with them because, I don't want my wax to get all melty and shit. But I was like, watch my board, man. You're crazy not to go in. I don't know what's wrong with you guys. You nuts not to go in there. Like, this is an opportunity of a lifetime. I had no idea that all these things could kill me. I start walking into the ocean real slow, and I just gently floated into the water, and I was surrounded by hundreds and hundreds of these things. I felt them under me, swimming under me. I felt them around me. Like they were all like tickling me all over, just swimming by and swimming around. None of them splashed me. Like it was just an incredible experience. And I stayed out there for probably like 20 minutes of floating with them. And, you know, then I came out and I was like, that was so amazing. And all my friends, and I still didn't understand why they were all looking at me like, holy shit, you're out of your mind. And I'm looking at them like, you guys, I can't believe you don't want to do that. Like, why wouldn't you want to do that? And they're like, you're crazy. You could have just died, blah, blah, blah. And I didn't get it. I didn't know these things got the spear shits that they could shoot out their ass. I had no idea. And maybe that's why they didn't hurt me, okay? Because they didn't feel any fear. I didn't splash. I wasn't scared. They didn't sense any of that. Or I just got a horseshoe up my ass and I'm really fucking lucky. I don't know. One of the two. But anyway, I want to thank you all for tuning in to this episode of The Suezie Show. Don't forget you can find me, I mean, wherever you found me now, obviously you already found me. I think it's kind of silly to tell you where I am. If you are actually listening to this, that means you found me. But I'll still do it. I'm on YouTube. All of this is The Suezie Show. If you put at The Suezie Show, you'll find me. And Suezie is Suezie. Okay, I'm on YouTube. I'm on iHeartRadio. I'm on Anchor, Anchor. That's the actual podcast. And Spotify. I plan on being on more platforms as well. But for now, that's what I'm on. And again, you already found me. So wherever you found me, don't forget to subscribe because I appreciate that. Nice to know that somebody is going to be out there listening to me. And I look forward to the next episode. And again, thank you. If you're still with me listening, I appreciate you listening and I appreciate you. I hope you have a beautiful day and I will see you next time on The Suezie Show.
Yeah. Thanks for listening and hanging out. I'll see you next time, without a doubt. Now you know where I am and you know where to go. See you next time on The Suezie Show. See you next time on The Suezie Show.